Hello, good morning, and welcome to the 10-minute morning. Brought to you by Beachside Burgers. Burgers are better at the beach. Well, another lovely day here in November. Thank you for joining me. I am happy to have with us Trevor Drury. Trevor, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Please tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you do, Trevor.
Okay, I live in Outlook, Saskatchewan. I live here with my wife and two kids. My son is 8, and my daughter is 5. My son loves hockey. My daughter doesn't. I'm a teacher at the high school here. I actually teach a different program. It's off campus from the main high school, and I support kids who are mostly taking online courses, working towards their grade 12. For whatever reason, they can't attend the regular high school, so we work on individualized programs for them to complete their grade 12 and get their schooling.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. As I understand it, you are the league president for the Saskatchewan Valley Hockey League. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been president?
This is, I believe, my 3rd or 4th year as president. I spent 3 or 4 years before that as vice president.
Oh yeah. Did you bonk your head, or was this on purpose?
It was kind of on purpose. I'm just trying to remember.
No problem. Did the league lose any teams this year?
No, we haven't actually. We do have 2 teams that are currently on leave. Beachy and Elrose are on leave. They've extended their leave for another year. So all other teams are returning that started last season. So that's a good thing.
Did you gain any teams this year?
We did. Rosetown dropped out last year due to lack of numbers, but they've rejoined the league this year with I believe, a younger team, but with some veteran talents. So it should be good. We're up to a 10-team league now. So
it's a nice number. Isn't it interesting? Rosetown went from having 2 teams to none to being back in the game. It's awesome.
Yes. It's good to have them back.
Yes, nice location. Any new rule changes that you're aware of?
There's a number of new rule changes this year, actually. Some minor ones. The no change icing that was previously in play in Hockey Canada and Hockey Sask was only enforced on icings started in the defensive zone. So anything shot down from behind the blue line. Now it's any icing is no change icing, and you cannot change even after a timeout this year, and that is something new. Last year you could call a timeout and have a change, but now you can't. Another minor one is the kneeing penalty. The infraction for kneeing has been changed from a minor, a double minor, major, or match penalty to it's automatically a double minor, or it could be a major match depending on the severity. So putting kneeing in the category of spearing and butt ending, it's an automatic double minor is a change. The big one is Hockey Canada, following the lead of the NHL and inclusiveness, has implemented a whole new section of the rule book, section 11, maltreatment rule. They've taken the unsportsmanlike misconduct penalty out of the other parts of the rules and put it into section 11 along with some other ones. So basically there's the same old unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that you can give: 2 minutes, bench minor, 10-minute game misconduct. But they've also added a new rule for disrespectful, abusive, and harassing behavior. So referees can assess penalties for trash talk, things that are disrespectful, not part of the normal gameplay, harassing, anything like that, anything along those lines. Now there can be penalties assessed for that. So anything that's outside of the realm of hockey, players.
That's a good thing, right?
That is a great thing.
You're drawing a line there. Some things go too far, and try and have something to enforce that is great.
Yeah, and the other side of that, it deals with those disrespectful, abusive, and harassing behaviors, but also for there's discrimination and physical harassment of officials. But when it comes to the maltreatment, we now have a tool now that referees, normally we have to hear something to assess a penalty and have any sort of repercussions for it. Now, if something is reported to the referees, referees are instructed now to deal with anything that we may not have heard. Oh. So if there's something that is said that the referees did not hear, and it's reported to the referees or linesmen, the officials on ice get together and did anybody hear this? No. And it doesn't end there. If nobody heard it, we still report it to the offending team's coach that this was said by this player. And then a game report is submitted to Hockey Sask. Sorry, I keep saying wanting to say SHA, but it's Hockey Sask. So every incident that is reported is now reported to Hockey Sask, and a tally can be kept on this sort of behavior. So it's a nice little toolbox to help keep the game more inclusive and to clean up some of that stuff that just does not belong in the game of hockey.
Is it, and one I was not aware of, if the goaltender, is it all hockey, or what am I involved in my kids? If a goaltender leaves the crease to play a puck, no matter where it is, it declines the icing. Have you heard that?
No, it does not. No, that was a senior supplement rule that some senior leagues and junior leagues could adopt. That is not the case. If the goalie leaves the crease and does not touch it, it can still be icing.
Okay. Yeah, my kid's playing junior, therefore that's where I picked that up. Perfect. Yeah. Are you in charge of discipline?
I am in 90% of the cases in the league. If I happen to be officiating in the game, or if the game involves my hometown of Outlook, I will pass it off to my vice president, or in some cases, right to Hockey Sask.
Makes sense to me. Do you pick the player of the week?
I do. Each week, I invite managers to nominate one of their players for player of the week, whether it be for performance on the ice or contribution to the club as a whole, contribution to senior hockey, something that deserves recognition, should be recognized. And I put a little blurb on our website that it goes through our player of the week committee, which is me, and I select out of the nominations who to recognize. So yes, I do that. I do that. So
I do enjoy those. I read the little write-up every week. It adds a little bit to it. Who's your early prediction for winning the regular season?
I'm going to go with a typical presidential response. If we have a full season, all clubs are winners. All clubs are winners if we can get through the full season.
Oh, we're way more controversial than that on here.
If you want to ask me a non-presidential as a senior hockey follower, Kyle and Eston are always very strong, but they need to watch out this year because we've got young teams like Dinsmore and Lorburn. Outlook's making some waves. Rosetown is an unknown. I don't want to miss anyone, but
no.
But the old powerhouses, Kyle and Eston, are going to have to work hard.
Yeah. Keniston's got a club too, right? So yeah.
Keniston has a great club. That's the one I didn't want to miss too.
Yeah. Are you going to be checking out the 10-Minute Mornings weekly power rankings?
I did not know that existed before.
It hasn't. It's going to start next week.
Are these rankings going to include just the SVHL or all senior hockey
No,
teams
just the
across the
SVHL.
province?
Just the SVHL, and you'll probably be getting a call on where people should be. Well,
I will definitely check that out.
yeah. As we understand it, you're an internationally renowned baseball umpire. Is this true?
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm not internationally renowned,
Okay.
but I have worked 3 U18 World Championships. Dating
Don't go
back
too
to
far. Don't go
2010.
too far because we want to get you on here again. We'll go over this all over. But I would just had somebody tell me that you were that. Would you be willing to join us again to talk about baseball at some point?
I would. That is absolutely one of my favorite subjects to talk about. So definitely.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time today, Trevor. Thank you. The 10-minute morning, the league gets going tomorrow night on Friday. The league gets started. So exciting times, back to normal. It's exciting to have everybody come back in. And I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me, and let's have the puck drop. Let's go.
Absolutely. Thanks, Trevor.